Imagine this. You're sitting on 9,888 Kaspa tokens today. But what if, by 2026, that small pile turns into a fortune? Kaspa isn't just another name floating around in crypto. It's one of the fastest growing Layer 1 projects, quietly building a future that few investors are paying attention to. But the question is, how high can Kaspa really climb by 2026? And how much could your 9,888 KAS actually be worth if things go right? In this video, we're diving deep into the numbers, the latest updates in 2025, and the realistic scenarios that could either turn this modest bag into pocket change or a serious payday. But before we continue with the video, I just want to say, if you're looking for a solid exchange to trade crypto, I personally use WEEX. It's reliable, has deep liquidity, super low fees, and a massive selection of coins. Right now, you can claim up to $30,000 in sign-up bonuses and trade with up to 400x leverage. Best part? No KYC required. Use the link in the description to sign up and claim your bonus today. At the time of recording, Kaspa is trading around 8.8 cents per token, with a market cap of approximately $2.32 billion. That means your 9,888 KAS is currently valued at about $870. Not life-changing yet, but the trajectory Kaspa is on has some investors thinking that number could explode in the next bull run. Let's start with the math. If Kaspa simply doubles to 17.6 cents, your holdings would be worth $1,740. If it triples to 26 cents, that becomes $2,610. But let's be honest. In crypto, the real excitement begins at a 10x. If Kaspa 10xd from here to around 88 cents, your 9,888 KAS would jump to $8,700. A 20x puts it at $1.76, bringing your bag to $17,400. And a 30x? That's $2.64, which would make your 9,888 tokens worth over $26,000. But for any of that to happen, we need to understand what Kaspa is, why it's different, and how things are shaping up in 2025. Kaspa is not just another blockchain competing in a crowded space. It runs on something called a block DAG, a directed acyclic graph. Instead of a traditional linear blockchain like Bitcoin or Ethereum, this allows multiple blocks to be processed simultaneously without sacrificing security or decentralization. It's like if Bitcoin was on steroids, still proof of work, but without the sluggish transaction speeds. Currently, Kaspa is the fastest proof-of-work blockchain on the market, producing blocks every single second. That's a significant advantage in a crypto world that demands both speed and reliability. In contrast, Bitcoin mines a block every 10 minutes. So the difference is massive. Now let's talk about recent updates in 2025. Over the past year, Kaspa has made huge strides. The project has optimized its Rust-based codebase, enhancing security and scalability even further. More importantly, the wrapped Kaspa tokens have gained serious traction on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, bridging Kaspa into the booming DeFi space. This interoperability has brought Kaspa into the hands of new investors and expanded its utility beyond just being a fast chain. Kaspa's tokenomics are also built for price growth. The supply schedule is designed similarly to Bitcoin's halving, but it happens on a faster timeline. Instead of waiting 4 years for reward reductions, Kaspa's block rewards decrease monthly, creating continuous deflationary pressure on the supply. By 2026, the circulating supply will be significantly tighter than it is today, potentially applying upward price pressure if demand rises. But demand doesn't just come from hype. It comes from use cases. And this is where the Kaspa ecosystem is slowly but surely taking shape. In 2025, we've seen early DeFi protocols testing integrations on Kaspa, and developers are beginning to explore how to build real-time payment systems and other financial applications directly on the block DAG infrastructure. So what will it take for your 9,888 KS to be worth $8,700, $17,400, or even $26,000 by 2026? First, the broader crypto market must rally. If Bitcoin heads towards $100,000 and Ethereum crosses $10,000, altcoins with real technology and scalability will attract significant capital inflows, and Kaspa is perfectly positioned in that regard. Second, Kaspa needs continued exchange listings and liquidity growth. Right now, it's still underrepresented on some Tier 1 exchanges. As listing expands, liquidity deepens and access widens, price discovery can accelerate. Third, Kaspa must foster an active developer ecosystem. More apps, services, and dApps building on Kaspa means more transaction volume, more token demand, and higher prices. The upcoming incentive programs for developers, set to roll out by mid-2025, could be a key trigger here. Let's explore some realistic price scenarios for your 9,888 KS. In a bearish scenario, where adoption is slow and market sentiment weak, Kaspa might only reach 15 to 20 cents by 2026. That would value your holdings between $1,483 to $1,978. In a moderate scenario where adoption grows at a healthy pace and the bull market returns, Kaspa could hit 50 to 75 cents. That puts your 9,888 KS between $4,944 to $7,416. In a bullish scenario, where Kaspa becomes a top-tier chain for real-time payments and sees mass DeFi integration, we're talking $1 to $2 per KS, making your holdings worth $9,888 to $19,776. And if everything aligns, broad adoption, institutional investment, and Kaspa cementing itself as the leading proof-of-work network, hitting $3 or more isn't out of the question. That would peg your holdings near $30,000. But we can't ignore competition. Solana, Avalanche, and Aptos are all pushing for scalability and speed. Kaspa's unique edge is in its proof-of-work security combined with BlockDAG's efficiency, but it must continue innovating to stay ahead. There's also the matter of energy efficiency. Despite being proof-of-work, Kaspa is far less energy-intensive than Bitcoin. In an ESG-conscious world, this could make it a preferred POW network for investors worried about sustainability. Furthermore, the Kaspa community has grown significantly. Grassroots support, combined with an active mining community and growing developer interest, gives Kaspa the social backbone needed to sustain long-term growth. Lastly, let's not forget the psychology of whole numbers. The moment Kaspa crosses $1, the narrative will shift. Social media, news outlets, and influencers will amplify the story, drawing in retail investors and pushing momentum even further. In conclusion, your 9,888 Kaspa might be worth $870 today. But with the right market conditions, continued innovation, and ecosystem growth, that figure could grow into 5 figures by 2026. As always in crypto, nothing is guaranteed, but the potential is there. What do you think? Are you bullish on Kaspa's future? Drop your price predictions for 2026 in the comments below. I'd love to see where the community stands. If you enjoyed this price prediction and want more in-depth crypto forecasts, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.